The first bite of memory. Imagine this. A spoon dips into warm gulab jamun, its syrup clinging like liquid sunlight. Or the first crack of a creme brulee's caramel top, the sound so delicate it's like glass shattering in a cathedral. Or perhaps the childhood taste of vanilla ice cream on a hot summer day, melting faster than your tongue can hold it. What happens in that instant? It is not just sugar rushing to the brain. It is memory, comfort, celebration, ritual, sometimes even love itself crystallized into flavor. Desserts are not mere food. They are emotional time machines. They are symbols of reward. They are language without words. They whisper something universal. You are safe. You are cherished. You deserve delight. In this film-like journey, let's step into the psychology of sweetness. We'll unravel why desserts carry meanings beyond their calories, why they bond us together, why they soothe us in heartbreak, and why no culture in the world is complete without its sweet offerings. So pour yourself a little hot chocolate, or maybe keep a plate of ladouce nearby, because by the end of this exploration, you'll never look at desserts the same way again. Part 1. The evolutionary roots of sweetness. Let's begin at the origin. Survival. Sweetness, from an evolutionary perspective, was nature's signal of safety. For early humans, bitter often meant toxic. Sour sometimes meant spoiled. But sweet meant calories, energy, life. Fruits, honey, and root vegetables kept our ancestors alive, and our brains learned to reward sweetness with pleasure. Over thousands of years, this survival mechanism became hardwired. Dopamine pathways light up in the brain when sugar hits the tongue, similar to how they respond to music, laughter, or even falling in love. Sweetness is not just about taste, it's about survival woven into joy. But unlike salt or protein, sweetness carries emotional depth. It tells us, this is abundance. This is security. This is the opposite of hunger and lack. Think of it. When a mother gives honey to her child, when families end meals with desserts, when festivals overflow with sweets, it is always the language of enough. Sweetness marks the shift from survival to celebration. Part 2. Desserts as memory anchors. Close your eyes and recall your favorite childhood dessert. Maybe it's the sticky jalebi your grandmother bought on festival mornings, or chocolate chip cookies that baked in your family's oven, the scent spilling into every corner of the house. Notice how the memory feels less like taste and more like home. That's because desserts are not just processed by the tongue. They're stored in the hippocampus, the brain's memory vault. The smell of vanilla, the sight of molten chocolate, the crackle of roasting sesame. These are sensory triggers. This is why desserts often comfort us during sadness. When life feels uncertain, we return to those flavors that once felt safe. A bowl of kheer, a slice of apple pie, a spoon of tiramisu. It's not just food, it's a bridge to simpler, kinder times. Psychologists even call it nostalgic eating. It's why ice cream tastes better when eaten from the same brand you had as a kid, why holiday desserts feel sacred, and why certain sweets taste like hugs you cannot put into words. Part 3. Sweetness and celebration. There is no wedding, no festival, no birthday without sweets. Why? Because sweetness is humanity's chosen symbol of joy. Across India, ladus and barfis shower homes during Diwali. In France, wedding cakes are sculpted like art. In Mexico, Day of the Dead sugar skulls honor ancestors. In Japan, mochi is shared on New Year's for luck and renewal. Desserts are more than decoration. They are edible blessings. They announce to the world, here is a moment worth remembering. Even modern rituals carry this imprint. Think of birthdays. What would they be without the cake? We don't just eat the cake. We light it, we sing to it, we make a wish before cutting it. The sweetness becomes the centerpiece of human celebration. Psychologically, it's reinforcement. Our brains learn sweet equals reward. That's why parents offer candy as a treat, why athletes celebrate with chocolate, why lovers exchange boxes of sweets. It's never only about sugar. It's about signaling, this is special. This is yours. Part 4. The romance of desserts. Desserts and love have always been entwined. Why do couples go out for dessert dates? Why do we gift chocolates to express romance? Why does the word sweetheart exist at all? Because sweetness is intimacy translated into flavor. Just as salt sharpens the appetite, sweetness softens it into tenderness. In psychology, desserts are tied to reward pathways, similar to the feelings of affection. Sharing a dessert, 2 spoons dipping into 1 bowl of tiramisu, is almost symbolic of trust. Unlike a main course, which can be divided neatly, desserts are messy, indulgent, designed to be broken, cracked, shared. This is why dessert is often the last course of a romantic dinner. It's not just about ending on a high note. It's about deepening connection. To offer someone a sweet bite is to say, I want you to taste joy with me. Part 4. The romance of desserts. Desserts and love have always been entwined. Why do couples go out for dessert dates? Why do we gift chocolates to express romance? Why does the word sweetheart exist at all? Because sweetness is intimacy translated into flavor. Just as salt sharpens the appetite, sweetness softens it into tenderness. In psychology, desserts are tied to reward pathways similar to the feeling of affection. Sharing a dessert, 2 spoons dipping into 1 bowl of tiramisu, is almost symbolic of trust. Unlike a main course, which can be divided neatly, desserts are messy, indulgent, designed to be broken, cracked, shared. This is why dessert is often the last course of a romantic dinner. It's not just about ending on a high note. It's about deepening connection. To offer someone a sweet bite is to say, I want you to taste joy with me. Part 5. The dark side of sweetness. But sweetness also has shadows. We live in a time of overconsumption. Sugar addiction is real. Our dopamine systems can be overstimulated, creating cravings that are less about joy and more about compulsion. Emotional eating, stress snacking, guilt-ridden midnight binges, desserts can become a substitute for emotional regulation. Yet, even this reveals the psychological power of sweets. They are not neutral. They carry emotional weight. We don't binge on raw spinach when we're heartbroken. We turn to cake, chocolate, halwa, ice cream. Why? Because desserts mimic care. They hug us from the inside, even when no one else is around. But here lies the balance. Desserts are powerful, but like all power, they need reverence. To eat sweets consciously is to enjoy their psychology without letting it control us. To honor them as ritual, not routine. Part 6. Desserts and cultural identity. Desserts are cultural storytelling. Each sweet tells a story of land, climate, and people. In Bengal, the rasagola speaks of rivers, cows, and delicate craftsmanship of curdling milk. In the Middle East, baklava layers whisper tales of autumn feasts, pistachio groves, and patience. In Italy, gelato embodies art, technique, and communal joy in piazzas. In America, apple pie became an emblem of national pride, comfort, and family values. To eat another culture's dessert is to taste its history. A simple bite becomes a bridge across continents. Psychologically, this anchors identity. Immigrants often recreate their homeland desserts in foreign kitchens. A mother making jalebi in Canada, a father baking baklava in Australia. It's more than taste. It's holding on to roots, preserving belonging, creating sweetness in exile. Part 7. The Aesthetics of Sweetness. Desserts are also visual poetry. Unlike most foods, sweets are designed to seduce the eyes before the tongue. Think of the shimmering surface of payasam, the jeweled pomegranate seeds on Persian faluda, the glossy dome of a mousse, or the golden lattice of a pie crust. Psychologists note that desserts stimulate anticipation. The aesthetics heighten dopamine before the bite even happens. That's why patisseries feel like jewelry shops, glass cases, soft lights, each piece crafted like a gem. This visual allure is part of the psychology. Desserts are edible art. They promise beauty you can taste. Part 8. The Language of Sweetness. Notice how often sweetness enters our language. We call kind people sweet. We say sweet dreams. We describe relief as sweet victory. Even bitterness, its opposite, is reserved for anger or sorrow. This is no coincidence. Sweetness has always been humanity's shorthand for goodness, gentleness, reward, and tenderness. When you call someone sweet, you're not describing sugar. You're describing the emotional nourishment they provide. Language proves that sweetness is bigger than biology. It's a metaphor for the best parts of life. Part 9. Mindful Sweetness, a Modern Approach. So, how can we reclaim the joy of desserts in a world where sweetness is everywhere? By practicing mindful eating, by slowing down, by treating desserts as ritual, not habit. Instead of mindlessly finishing a packet of cookies, light a candle, plate a single slice, notice its aroma, let it melt on the tongue. Treat dessert as the pause, the punctuation in the meal, the moment of gratitude. When we shift from excess to reverence, desserts return to their original power. Joy, not guilt. Connection, not compulsion. Celebration, not escape. Why desserts are more than food? Desserts are memory. They are emotion. They are culture, identity, reward, ritual, love, and sometimes even healing. Every time you taste sweetness, you taste the human story. You taste survival. You taste history. You taste someone's care translated to sugar, milk, fruit, or flour. The next time you eat a piece of cake or a spoon of halwa, pause, close your eyes, ask yourself, what does this sweetness mean to me right now? Is it joy, nostalgia, comfort, celebration? Because desserts are never just food. They are reminders that life is not only about survival, it is about delight. And in the delicate balance of sweetness, we taste our own humanity. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the psychology of sweetness. If this exploration stirred your own dessert memories, share them in the comments. I'd love to know what sweet holds your heart. And if you found value in this film of flavors and feelings, do subscribe to Dress, Dine, and Shine, where we keep weaving beauty, food, and meaning together. Until next time, may your days carry just enough sweetness on your plate, in your heart, and in the small, tender rituals that make life worth living.